Hello students, welcome back to the channel. So today in this session we are going to discuss most important and repeated PYQs from Teaching Aptitude section for your upcoming UGC NET and SET paper 1. We will discuss each and every question in detail, understand the concept behind the answer and learn easy tricks to remember it for your examination. So even if you are studying this topic for the first time, don't worry about it. By the end of this video, your concepts will be much clearer. So watch this video till the end because these type of questions can be asked as it is in your examination. So now let's just start the session. How many channels are there in the Swayam Prabha bouquet? So first of all, you should note that Swayam Prabha is nothing but it is an initiative by Government of India under Ministry of Education. Swayam Prabha basically provides us some educational content with the help of DTH channels. So in this question, they are asked about how many channels are there. So students, initially Swayam Prabha has started with smaller number of channels. So at the beginning, Swayam Prabha has 32 channels. But according to the updated data, Swayam Prabha has now 280 plus channels, making educational content available to much larger audience across the country. So this is all about Swayam Prabha. So before moving to the next question, I would like to share with you, if you are preparing for UGC NET and SET paper 1 for the first time, then I highly recommend this book. This book contains 50 solved previous year papers plus 5,000 plus MCQs and PYQs and multiple mock tests for practice. The best part of this book is that all the questions come with detailed explanations, which helps you understand concepts very easily. So if your goal is to improve your score in this shorter period of time, then this book can be very useful resource. You can check the link in the description box and get your copy today. Next question says, in collaborative learning, from which of the following strategies listening skill is developed? So we have so many different learning strategies under collaborative learning. So before moving to a particular point, I would like to share with you the meaning of collaborative learning. So students, collaborative learning basically teaches students to learn together to help each other to achieve any particular goal, right? So in this question, the correct answer we have is fishbowl method. So in a fishbowl method activity, students are divided basically into two groups. First is your inner group. We can write it as first is the inner group and second is your outer group. In the inner group, particular topic is provided to the students for discussion, and the students in the outer circle listens carefully and observe the discussion. The students in the outer circle are not supposed to interrupt the discussion, and their main task is to listen attentively, understand different viewpoints and observe the communication process. So because the activity emphasized active listening and observation, so fishbowl is considered as effective strategy for developing listening skills. Next question we have is, which of the following are e-learning platforms? So e-learning platform means online learning platforms, right? Where students and teachers can share their knowledge, share their data digitally with the help of internet, right? So we have to select some e-learning platforms. So the option C is correct, Swayam Prabha, that we have already discussed in the previous question. Swayam is also the correct option. Before moving to the next option, I would like to share with you the difference between Swayam and Swayam Prabha. Their names are absolutely same, but the working protocols is different, right? So the full form of Swayam is Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. Swayam Prabha is also an initiative by Government of India under Ministry of Education, but Swayam portal provides us content from 9th class to post graduation, right? Swayam Prabha does not, like Swayam Prabha, Swayam does not provide content through TV channels, DTH channels, right? We have a separate website or application for Swayam from where we can easily access the content. There is no TV DTH connection to Swayam. The third option we have is MOOC. MOOC is nothing but it is massive open online courses. MOOC and Swayam are integrally related to each other. MOOC is basically a vertical of Swayam. So as it is, it works like Swayam. So the correct answer we have is A, C and E. Next question is, individual and group accountability is one of the element of what? So students, as we have discussed in previous question about cooperative learning. So cooperative learning basically is a teaching method in which students work together in a small groups, basically a group of 5 or 6 people to achieve a common learning goal. The success of the group depends on contribution of every member. So here individual and group accountability is the element of cooperative learning. So basically basically accountability means every student is responsible for his or her own learning. No student can sit idle or depend completely on others, right? So in individual accountability, each member must complete assigned task. They must understand the topic clearly. They must contribute to group activity. And now if we talk about group accountability, so entire group is responsible for achieving a common goal. If one member does not contribute, the performance of whole group may be affected. Therefore, all members help and support one another. That is the basic functionalities or basic element under your cooperative learning technique. So, moving to the next question. What does the Playway method develop in students? So, what is the meaning of Playway method? So, the Playway method is a child-centered teaching method in which learning takes place through play, activities, games and fun experiences. Like children learn naturally when they are engaged in enjoyable activities. We all know that. So, here they asked about what does the Playway method develop in every student. So, basically Playway method develop cognitive, that is mental abilities of a student, emotional abilities and physical development. Other than these 3 points, Playway method can also develop thinking, reasoning, problem solving and creativity in every child. Let's take a real life example. Imagine a teacher organizing a shopping game in the classroom. So students have to count money. That helps them in their cognitive development. They have to interact with their friends. That helps them to boost their emotional and social development. They learn how to communicate in a well manner, right? And also they have to move around the classroom. That is the physical development of a student. So one activity develops multiple skills at the same time. Next question says, which of the following depicts semantic memory? So students, semantic memory is nothing but it is a long-term memory that stores some facts, some concepts, meanings, general knowledge about the world. So it is knowledge that is not linked to a specific personal experience. Let's talk about some examples of semantic memory. So semantic memory knows, if a student knows New Delhi is the capital of India, this is a general fact, right? If a student knows water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, so this is a general fact. So now let's check the option. It is dependent on person's identity with the past. No. It is students' general knowledge about the world. Yes. This is the correct answer, option number 2. I hope students you are getting each and every question very clearly. If you have any doubt left, you can definitely share in the comment section. Next question is, a teacher is looking for a learning management system, that is LMS, that is an online learning platform for teachers and students that can integrate with multiple assessment tools and track students' progress. So which platform is best suited for this? So the options are Moodle, Zoom, Grammarly and Turnitin. So students, Zoom is not the correct answer. because it is mainly a video conferencing platform. Grammarly is a writing and grammar checking tool, also used for plagiarism checking. Turnitin is also a plagiarism detection platform. So the correct answer is Moodle. So Moodle is one of the most popular learning management system in the world. It allows teachers to create some online courses. Teachers can also conduct different kind of quizzes and tests for students. They can manage assignments very easily. They can track students' performance and generate progress report accordingly with the help of learning management system Moodle. Next question we have is situated cognition. So cognition means your mental ability. So situated cognition is a learning theory that says learning and thinking happens within a real social and physical environment. So learning is critically located in social and physical context, not within an individual mind. In other words, we can say that knowledge is not developed only inside the mind. It is basically influenced by people around us. It is influenced by real life situations, our culture, environment, and activities we perform. Therefore, learning is best understood in the context where it is used. So here we have the correct answer, option number 1. Similar question can be asked in a different way like this. The idea that thinking is located in social and physical context, not within individual mind, is known as situated cognition. Many times this question was asked in different examinations, right? Next question is the process of comparing a student's performance against his or her previous performance is known as what? Options are diagnostic evaluation, summative evaluation, ipsative evaluation, and informal assessment. So basically the correct answer is ipsative evaluation, or we can say ipsative assessment. Ipsative assessment means comparing a student's current performance with his or her own previous performance. Right? The student is not compared with other students here. Instead, the focus is on personal progress of one student, self-improvement, individual growth. Right? Let's take an example here. Suppose a student scored 40 marks in January examination, 60 marks in March, 70 marks in April unit test. Right? So 40 versus 60 versus 70. The conclusion is that the student has improved by 20-30 marks. So we do not compare student with other classmates. We just compare students' previous performance with their next performance. One more point you should note about ipsative evaluation is that it helps measure personal growth. It increases the motivation and it builds the confidence of a student. All clear, everyone? So correct answer is option number 3. I hope students everything is clear to you. If any doubt left, you can definitely share in the comment section. I will explain each and every point with some other examples. So thank you so much and all the best.